Okay, I'm back. Now we're going to start working on week 1, project 2. We are actually going to be making up some color palettes so you can color in your bugs or you have a choice between a butterfly, a fish, or only if you're experienced at Illustrator, you can create your own little creature. And looking at the examples, they just have to be separate shapes. So it's going to be 3 pages. So let's take the hand, move into this top page. What we're going to do, we're going to create the grayscale, but we're going to do it here. I just copied and pasted it over to the right to show you what it looked like. And the same thing here, we're going to produce these colors, and I just cut and pasted them down here that you can do on your templates. So it's kind of like a watercolor palette. You can ink drop it and change all the different shapes using all these wonderful colors. So let's just go to the very first grayscale. Let's go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. Kind of use the hand to come on over. So the black arrow here, you're going to click on the very first square. It says 10% black. Okay, so you've got the color guide right here. It's under CMYK. That's all you have to do is type in let me go back and has to be highlighted. This is the outline, this is the fill. So I'm just going to type in 10, return 10%. Go to the second one. All I'm going to do is type in 20% black and return. So you can see I've done this to all of these. Now on this one, I don't have an outline. You can take the outlines off after you create them. So you just go under the line here, the outline, and you can just click that little thing there and you get rid of that black outline. Sometimes I just really don't like that black outline. So it's just really up to you. Okay. So we're going to do one more. We're going to click on the third one down, which is 30% black. We're going to type in 30%. Return. Okay. Pretty simple, pretty quick. You're going to complete this whole column. Your column should look like this. The reason I copied this column over here is because this whole bug, achromatic, is just a fancy word for grayscale. Okay, you can actually use white as well. So let's go to tints. So what we're going to do, we're going to pick a color and we're going to put 10% of that color. That means you've added equal to 90% white. So we're going to highlight that square. We're going to take our eyedropper. We're going to go up and let's use red. What the heck? It's 100% right now. You go up here under the opacity. You type in 10% and you go return. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's keep using the eyedropper because you're going to be using this eyedropper a lot. So let's get a lot of practice with it. We're going to take the eyedropper, go on red. You're only using one color for the entire bug. Okay, when you get down to the monochromatic, one color. You can't use orange, you can't use green in there. It's just one color, and you've got to make sure that's one color. Now, if you look on this red, it's 100% magenta, 100% yellow. You're not going to have these even equations on a lot of the different pieces. So you could actually type in 2020 here, but we're just going to do it on the, it's the same thing. If you did 20% here or 20% here, okay? So I'm going to type in 20%, return. I'm going to go to the next one. And I'm going to use my eyedropper again. Go to my red. Type in 30%. Okay? So you can kind of see what's going on. So these three here matches these three here. Now, one thing you got to understand, this is a computer. Every computer is going to look different. I know it kind of looks a little bit different here, but it's just how the light is hitting the screen. That's what color it is. It's light. So now we're going to go to our third column. We're going to use 100% on all of the different pieces, all the different swatches here, but then we're going to add different percentages of black, okay? Now let's start in an easy way. I'm going to take this black arrow. I'm going to draw a window through over just all of the swatches, okay? It collects them all. I'm going to take the eyedropper. I'm going to take them on the red. And voila, they're all 100%. Since all of the colors, it says hue 100% of red, but we are going to be changing the black. The top one, it's no black. So on this one here, second row, we're going to put in 10% black and then return. So you can see the richness of the colors you can get with that. We're going to click this one, 20%. You can use a slider or you can use the 20%. I think it's kind of fun to use a slider, so I usually use the slider. Okay, click off, click back on. You're going to use the slider, so it is at 30%. So when you get done with this exercise, it is going to look exactly like this. So what I did, I just do a box around it and I moved it to the bottom so to be easily to color in my bug. Okay, so let's play around with the second page of this bug, all grays. Okay, so you use the black arrow here. Each one of these is a separate shape, a separate shape. So one thing to notice about a lot of bugs, they are symmetrical, right? Each side of the bug is the same. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this shape here. You have to hold down the shift and then click on the other one as well. So you're doing everything twice the speed. So I think I'm going to make that, I think I'm going to fill it 80%. Whoops, I kind of lost this right here. Go down here 80%. Sorry about that. And you're going to do a fill of 80%. Whoops. There you go. I'm just using the slider. It's so much easier. Okay. And maybe on this one, I'm going to pick, oh, I don't know, 10. Some of these templates, by the way, are a lot more interesting pieces. Okay. So I think I'm going to put a stroke on these. So you can just play around with this and it's just totally up to you, the darkness of the stroke or the thickness of the stroke, okay? All right. So I think I'm going to do some of the legs. So I'm going to take this leg, put down my shift. I'm going to do this leg, this leg, this leg, this leg, since it's a symmetrical kind of thing. Okay? And I think I'm going to make that, let's do 80. And we're going to fill it with 80. Looking pretty good there. Okay? So you're going to go and you're going to completely fill in this entire bug. I don't need to do it for you, but we can see what wonderful things you do. One thing to make sure of, you have to color in the background. I'm going to color the total background. This is the outline, this is the fill. I'm going to do it 20%. Okay? So you see what happened. This shape moved to the front. I'm going to go up and I'm going to put Object, Arrange, Move to Back. And voila, it's in the back. One thing to remember too, that you can always use white in here. So I'm going to kind of go ahead and I'm going to make those little eyeballs white. Okay? So what you're going to do, you can complete this complete bug. So everybody's bug is going to look different. Go in and make sure you fill in these pieces as well. Maybe you want to go in, I don't know, 40%. Okay, you can change anything you want here. Please do not change the shape of the bug. Do not skew it, so don't get this, don't change the shape, because what you're going to do, your end result is going to be a poster, and you're going to compare all these bugs beside one another, so they need to be the exact same size, and they need to be the same bug. When you get into these little circles, you can go light to dark, you can do anything you want, but please do not change it. If you do happen to, you feel that you need to change it, make sure it's the same on all of them, okay? So now we've got the achromatic just grays. So when you get done, you're going to save it as an Illustrator file, and you're going to send all 3 of these pages back, okay? So really, you really don't need this. I'm going to go ahead and take this off because it's not going to be on your template. I'm just drawing, I'm going to kind of center it a little bit. So this is a bug. So now we're going to move down to the third part of your piece. Now I did put all these templates here. So I'm going to show you how to use the eyedropper here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this black arrow, I'm clicking, highlighting those two, I'm taking the eyedropper, and I think this is kind of a cool color. Look how easy that is. You have a palette at your fingertips. So I'm going to pick two more, eyedropper, and maybe you want to fill it in like that. Okay, that's okay that I did up at the top, up here, and I'm just using this color palette here, and I am using the eyedropper. Okay, let's do a couple more. Let's do these little eyeball things here. I think I'm going to do them eyedropper. They're kind of beady looking. Okay. Looks pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to pick the eyeballs on the inside. I think I'm going to do the inside. Let's do the color picker. Oh, let's do white. We can do white here. Very cool. Okay, one thing to remember on this as well, you need to color in the background. It's all about color. So I'm going to pick the background. I think I'm going to color pick it. What the heck? Pink. Okay, that's cool. So now you can see that all these shapes are not filled in with the color. That's why you can still see those. So I'm going to take, let's go ahead and send this back to the background just to make sure anyway. Okay, send to back. Okay, so again, I'm going to color in these top little things here. Okay, I'm back. All I'm doing is I am filling in all the shapes of the bug. Let me show you another little trick here. So, well, that just totally jumped off the page. Oh, now I'm back. Okay, this is crazy. I'm doing a recorded screen, so first time doing this. All right. So if I pick these two colors here, and I think they're a little bit dark, what you can do, you can go up to opacity and you can change that opacity and change it just a little bit. So it shows you another color that's not even in your palette. So if you have some that's a little bit too close. So you're going to fill in the entire bug. When you're done, you're going to click the background. You're going to pick what color you want to fill the background. I'm going to go with this pink. What the heck? Wait a minute. Sorry about that. I'm going to use my eyedropper. I'm going to click it on the pink. And that's what you have. So you're going to complete the monochromatic bug. You're going to complete, let's move up here, page 2 with your achromatic. Kind of make this all nice and neat there. And they're going to have this page completely filled out. You're going to save it as an Illustrator file and as a PDF file. This is why you want to make sure you save it as an Illustrator file, because later on when you do your poster, maybe you want to kind of take that gray bug and put it on another background. You're going to reuse these bugs, so make sure you change it in both formats. For housekeeping, I would suggest when you very first start the class, make a folder on your desktop, label everything, and throw it in there. Okay? So that's it for project week 1, project 2. Next class, you'll be doing some really fun stuff where you'll be adding 5 different color schemes to these bugs. You're going to use the very same bug. So if you like the fish, don't say, oh, I'm sick of this beetle and I'm going to change to a fish. No, you can't do that. You have to keep the same image. So look over those wonderful images and figure out which one you want to use, and you will be doing a poster with that images as well. So if you're going to do a poster on pest control or something like that, maybe this beetle might be up your alley, or maybe you want to do a play off of Beetlejuice. I have no idea. So just think ahead which creature you want to use and you can create your own.